Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some top ladder. I'm currently top 3,000 right now, not insanely high up, but season just started, and we'll hopefully push up at the end of the video. I'm using a Mega Knight balloon bait deck. So this deck might look interesting, but it was actually used a few times in CRL last season. It's a pretty solid deck, so if you guys might have seen it, you know it has zap in it, but I put in arrows, and here's why. I was versing a ton of firecracker, and when I had the zap, I was kind of losing to it because it would just get so much value. But when you have the arrows in the deck, you can easily arrow the firecracker, and there's so much firecracker right now that it's actually extremely helpful to have the arrows in the deck to be able to counter that. So kind of the way the deck works is if they zap your bats, your Inferno Drag gets a lot of value. Other way around, and also Goblin Gang can just be really good on defense. So the point of this deck is to kind of like play defense and then counter push, like off of maybe you have like an Ice Golem or Mega Knight that you could play like a balloon behind, or maybe even an Inferno Drag you could play a balloon in front of. Just all depends on their cycle, like what air cards they have in rotation, and then you could even go in for like Miner for chip damage, or even pair it with a balloon, do some really nice things with the Miner, like kill a Musketeer or something that's like shooting your balloon, stuff like that. And I just feel like arrows just really make this deck a lot better than zap, especially just with the addition of the firecracker, since so many people are using it. So let's go ahead and go into our first ladder game. And by the way, let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing a firecracker deck. It looks like we're playing boss, so good luck. Anyways, I haven't used firecracker yet, and maybe you guys would be interested in seeing a firecracker deck I ended up getting a 12-win GC with, but I'll play it on ladder because you guys prefer seeing ladder more. So I'll use the deck I got 12 wins with on ladder. It's a pretty interesting miner deck that has the firecracker in it. Okay, so looks like this guy has Miner Dark Prince, so I wonder if this is like a giant deck or something. I mean, we'll have to see. So, oh wow, it looks like he's using Mega Knight. I'm actually going to go in with my own Mega Knight, and then I'm just going to arrow that. I'm not really worried about the Dark Prince, more worried about taking care of that. That's going to be, we had to spend one more elixir, but look at that. Mega Knight's at half health, and I'm going to go ahead and support this with bats. See, like, what he's going to do about it, and he's going to have an Inferno Tower. So, a little bit of an off-meta deck. Zap does come out on those bats, so Inferno Tower, Dark Prince, and I don't think he's used another air card yet. Oh, bats. So, we know he has bats. So I'm going to take my chances here. He doesn't have Inferno Tower in cycle right now. That's dead. Let's go for Miner and Balloon. See what other air card he has. So he's going to have Fire Spirits. I assume that's probably going to be his last air card. And we've already seen those bats. Balloon gets a connection. Let's go for a Goblin Gang here to catch his Miner. Ice Golem, that's going to be able to take care of the bats, and then we can go in with our own bats after he went in for zap. So we are up damage right now. He ended up getting a little bit off of that Dark Prince, which is fine. So now we know basically his whole deck though, which is good. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'll just go ahead and cycle a Inferno Drag in the back, to be honest, because if he ends up going in for a Mega Knight, I still have my own to counter it, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to defensive Miner here for that Dark Prince. He's going to go for Fire Spirits. Actually, I'm going to play the Balloon here. By the way, guys, just a tip, that Balloon placement is the best when it comes to, like, bypassing stuff. It's the highest chance of, like, getting a bypass in. In that situation, obviously, it didn't end up working out for us. Oh, and it's a good thing I didn't play my bats on that. I was thinking about it, but luckily I didn't because he ended up playing a poison, so that would have been pretty bad. Let's go for a Miner here on defense. I'm going to go for an Ice Golem, and then let's send in another Balloon. Goes in for a zap, that's fine. And now I'm going to go for another Inferno Drag, making sure we get something, you know, for the Miner, obviously, because I can't leave that alone. Let's go for an Ice Golem here. I'm going to go for a Balloon, and hopefully, I mean, we could potentially overwhelm him here. It's going to be kind of... Oh, that's good. It targeted... The Inferno targeted the Mega Knight. That's good. That's kind of what I wanted. Look at the Balloon coming in. Can the Balloon get a hit? It doesn't. It gets death damage, though. Look at the Miner on his tower, though. That's going to do it. GG. So even though, like, he had the Inferno, we were just able to outcycle him. I mean, he had a pretty funky deck, to be honest. Pretty, yeah, pretty interesting. He had the, and you can see my last game there, the guy had the firecracker, because what was happening is I just kept losing the firecracker, and then I subbed in arrows, and I was beating it pretty consistently, and I was like, I think arrows are the better variant right now. And honestly, it does better against graveyard, and just, like a log bait, a lot of stuff in general, arrows are just better against, so it seems to be good. And yeah, even though Zap would have been better in that matchup, arrows were still perfectly fine, so we got the win. Let's go on to the next one, and if we win this, we get 5,900. Here we go, found a game here. Give him the good luck, and what do we want to do here? So, he's just going to go for Miner, so we'll just go for Ice Golem on that, and then I'm going to go for my Inferno Drag, finish off that quicker, and then that's going to, like, allow the tower to hit the Spear Goblins sooner. And I'm going to pair this with a Miner because I'm about to leak Elixir, and I might as well support this with something. Ooh, this is a nice arrows. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's going to reconnect on the tower. Boom. Ice Golem, making sure we get that on all of those, and then bats, boom. Look at that defense, that was kind of insane. So we ended up getting a balloon connection on his tower, or excuse me, that was the Inferno Dragon that did all that damage. I thought it was a balloon hit because look at how low his tower is, but it was the Inferno Drag because after I arrowed, he just didn't have the Elixir to defend, or he did, but he just spent it all on offense because he probably wasn't expecting to take all that. So I'm going to go for a Inferno Drag here. I'm going to go for a defensive Miner, to be honest. I want to save my arrows for the Skeleton Barrel now that I know what he's using. There we go. There he goes in with that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and play my balloon here. This is going to apply some pressure because he doesn't have his bats in rotation right now. So if we do that, that's going to defend his Skeleton Barrel. And then hopefully, yeah, that balloon's going to get death damage. That's good. And then his Inferno Drag hopefully dies here. Not quite. I was saying it might have because it's only level 12 and also because death damage from the balloon. I thought it might have been enough, but unfortunately it isn't. But still, great kind of start to this game, heading in a double here. I'm going to go ahead and split my bats in the back right now. I'm even going to go ahead and split my Goblin Gang. So this is kind of where the bait element of the deck comes into play. You're kind of splitting stuff a lot of the time, which is completely normal. I'm going to go for an Ice Golem here to block, and then look at all this arrow value we're going to get. I'm actually going to send in another balloon here, and then let's just go ahead and arrows right now. Boom. Hopefully the balloon can get death damage at least, and it looks like it will. So now at this point, the game is pretty much, I would say, it's almost wrapped up here. We just have to play decent defense, and then we should be fine. And that Ice Golem's going to do a really nice job of taking care of the skeletons, and the Spear Goblins obviously aren't going to get too much damage. Although this might get a little close here. We definitely do need to be careful. Let's get bats on that Skeleton Barrel. Go for arrows. Ooh, those arrows were super nice, taking care of everything. I'm going to Miner here. Hope he doesn't catch it. He probably will predict it, to be honest, since I played it in the front. No, he didn't. He thought it was going to be in the back. Let's go. So let's get an Inferno Drag down. That's really solid against the Miner. Ice Golem. He's probably going to play the Miner in the back. Boom. Goblin Gang. And then arrows on top of the barrel. And that is going to be it. GG. We kind of won that game from the start. Honestly, that Inferno Drag caught him off guard, just dealt so much damage to his tower, because if that didn't happen, I probably would have had to end up being a little bit more aggressive that game, like going in for balloons and stuff. Oh, and if you guys didn't notice, I didn't even really use the Mega Knight that game, and the reason I didn't is because he had the Inferno Drag, and now when you have the arrows on the deck, you got to remember you don't ever set, so you got to be really careful about stuff like Inferno Drag, because if you're playing a Mega Knight and they get an Inferno Drag on it, that's a 4-for-7 trade, and then you have to deal with the Inferno Drag too. So, not good in a lot of situations, so just have to be cautious for that. Let's go ahead and open up the Legendary chest. All my Legendaries are maxed, but I'll still get some star points, which is pretty nice. And I'm going to get the Ice Wizard. So, nothing I can upgrade right now in terms of star points, because I think I just recently upgraded a couple things, so we'll just move on to the next game. And we're playing against Vic Legend here. We'll give him the good luck, and we'll see what we want to do to start the game off. I could honestly... I could just split bats. Honestly, waiting for them to make the first play isn't too bad. It looks like he's going to snowball, so we'll play bats. And then I'll go ahead, and once I hit 10 elixirs, send in a Miner here. He doesn't have snowball, so he's going to have to respond somehow to that. He's going to go for Valk, so we'll go ahead and Ice Golem. And kind of see what he wants to do here. He's going to just bar barrel. So bar barrel and snowball. Does he have a big spell or does he only have small spells? That's the question I have for him. So skeletons. I'm going to do something a little risky. I'm actually sending in a balloon. Reason why is because if you look at his deck, it doesn't... Oh, he just misplayed the bomb tower. So that brings me back, guys, why it's a good idea to play the balloon like in the spot where I played it, because it's the best chance of bypassing what they drop like it did in that situation. And he kind of wasted a snowball. So I'm going to go for bats. This will force more of a response out of him. And then I'm even going to go ahead and miner with these. And the fact that he doesn't have a snowball in rotation kind of sucks. So that is probably a good game already. So did you guys see what I did there? Basically, I took advantage of the fact that he misplayed it, and he had to overcommit with the snowball, and then when he did that, he had nothing in rotation for the bats. So that's why the bait element to this deck really comes in handy, because you take advantage of like what spells they have, like what they use on the balloon, or like to reset the Inferno Drag. So in this case, the snowball, then you can use the bats and like all your other stuff, and it's pretty nice. So let's get an Inferno Drag here. We still don't know his win condition yet. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it were wall breakers, or it could even be... It could be graveyard. It could be, honestly, a couple different things. It could even be a balloon deck. Yeah, I'm actually thinking it's balloon, most likely, to come to think about it. Let's get a Mega Knight down here, and be careful for his balloon. There's the balloon. He is going to go in for... that was pretty interesting. I'm a little surprised he went in for the snowball where he did there, because then we were able to play our bats, and... Let's try to apply a little pressure here, because we know he wants to be aggressive too, so if we don't let him, that's good. Go for a Goblin Gang here. And let's go for an Ice Golem. I felt like he might have overcommitted there a little bit. Oh my god, he just misplayed the bomb tower again. Arrows for sure to take care of the skeletons. Balloon, second hit, please, please. Yes, GG's. So, okay, couple misplays on this guy's end, that's for sure. But still a really nice win. He had to overcommit on offense to take my tower. I don't know if the miner was really necessary though. I felt like he did that out of desperation, but I mean, honestly, you can see his only air counter was really the Musketeer, so that was kind of unfortunate for him, and then missing the bomb tower there at the end didn't help for sure, and at the beginning, to be honest, but that's why you want to play the balloon in the position where I'm playing it, because you're going to bypass their defenses if they're not careful, and it can really catch them off guard sometimes if they aren't expecting a balloon, you know, because this deck I'm running isn't very common. I mean, it has been used a bit in, you know, CRL and, like, I mean, and other, like, competitive things and on ladder, but it's not, like, a very meta deck, but I feel like it might make a comeback considering there's no Night Witch, and I felt like Night Witch probably did pretty well against it, because Inferno Drag kind of struggles to kill Night Witch. Same kind of with Mega Knight. Honestly, Night Witch does good against Mega Knight, so, yeah, I mean, this deck might make a bit of a comeback. Alright, we'll go on in the next game. We're almost top 1,000 now, so we'll keep trying to make our way up, maybe even hit 6K. Maybe I'll just go until I lose a game. Alright, let's say good luck here. And we could start the game off with a miner here. He's going to go for a... ooh, interesting. So, he goes for Princess of the Bridge. Really aggressive start. I hope he... Oh, I was going to say, I hope he doesn't zap the bats, but of course he did. So, we're going to split Goblin Gang there, get the best use out of it, so it counters the Skeleton Army and finishes off the Princess. So, that was kind of an annoying start. I had to spend so much... Ooh, and I don't have enough for a Mega Knight. Okay, that was pretty good start on his end. I hope he has the Minion Horde, because if he does, my arrows get so much value against it, and that might be what honestly wins me this game, is if he has the Minion Horde. Alright, there's the Goblin Gang. So, alright, here's what I'm thinking. He doesn't have a Hog in rotation, so I'm going to go Ice Golem Balloon, see if he has an Inferno Tower. Hello? Oh, he must have a Tornado. Wait. What? What? Okay, let's Goblin Gang here. I don't know what just happened. Okay, he zapped that. That's fine. I'm gonna take a little damage here. I want to save my elixir to try to... I was gonna say save it to make sure like I have a Mega Knight for his hog, but this is even better. He just spent 3 elixir. I just spent 2, and that's gonna fully counter it. Oh my, no, that's not good. I think we're fine though. I'm gonna go. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. At least I killed that. I think, the princess is at the bridge are pretty annoying. I'm gonna balloon here. Is that in front of the Inferno Drag? I hope it is. He doesn't have, remember, he doesn't have a Inferno and Cycle. So, let's arrow that. Pray he doesn't have a minion horde after we do that. Looks like he actually doesn't have a minion horde, so that's really good. Balloon gets a 3rd hit. I think he got 3 hits on his tower. That's insane. Played bats on his princess, and honestly guys, I think this is gonna wrap it up. It's gonna be GG. We can give him that tower as long as he doesn't take this one or 3 crown us, which I doubt is gonna happen. We will end up winning this game, so pretty nice win. This game was kind of back and forth, and I got a little worried in some situations, but we ended up, you know, pulling through, and we could even try to 3 crown him. I don't think there's time, but why not? But yeah, GG's to this guy. I guess, you know, it sucks for him he didn't have a minion horde, or honestly the best air defense. Like, you can see, even with them having Inferno, we beat another guy with Inferno a couple of games ago, but this guy too, I mean, you can see, the bait cards are so good versus the Inferno, and even though it does good, it does, like, okay versus the Mega Knight. I mean, if you can block it, or, like, overwhelm them so then they don't even have Elixir to, like, Inferno and support the Inferno, they can be in really tough situations. So let's go ahead and open up this stuff here, see what we get. I don't have the Elixir Collector max, so I'll actually take that, and I think all my commons are, so I'll skip. And then we'll see here what we get out of this. So obviously I want to keep the firecracker because I don't have that maxed, anywhere near maxed. We'll strike that because I have that maxed too. I think, yeah, heal I do too. Yeah, unfortunately I don't get anything I need. I think there's only a couple rares I don't have maxed. So yeah, let's just go into the next game. We're playing Zakos. So I'm going to go ahead and wait and see if he wants to make a move. And then if he doesn't do anything, I could always like Ice Golem in the back or in front of the king. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just go for Ice Golem. He's going to Tesla, so this might be 2.9. We'll have to see. 2.9 isn't really an insanely difficult matchup, but it could be hard, especially if they're a really good 2.9 player. But I don't even know if that's what he's running, unless maybe this is like Ice Bow or something. Okay, I'm going to arrow this. This is a little risky, but I'm almost confident that this is Expo, so since it is, do I really need the arrows in this matchup? Not really, because big spells you need when you're versing Expo, not like... It's Inferno Drag here. I don't want to play it in the back because he'll rocket it, and I don't really want him to get free damage on my tower. So, in this situation, I'm actually going to balloon and then miner because we have everything spaced out, so he might even have to go for a NATO here. Yeah, he's going to have to spend a lot on defense, and he kind of let that Tesla get shredded, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's going to be enough to finish off the balloon, but now it's not going to be able to support an Expo. So, I doubt he's going to Expo here. If he does, we can just Mega Knight. I'll save my Ice Golem in this situation. Let's just go for bats. It's good to have a tank like the Ice Golem when you're versing Expo. I mean, we have the Mega Knight too, but we have to keep in mind it is 7 Elixir, so... alright, there's his Expo. I'm actually going to Ice Golem here, go in for a balloon, and then I'm going to go ahead and go for a miner on that Expo, because what that's going to do is it's going to whittle down the Expo a tiny bit, not much. Hopefully that balloon can... There we go, that's good. Because I don't really want that to stay alive. But the good news is when he goes in for defensive Expos, obviously they don't hit the Inferno Drag or the balloon, so those could get a lot of value when he does that. I'm going to Inferno Drag here. Even if he rockets it, I feel like it's okay. It's double now, and I could, like, probably punish him if he does it, to be honest. Single, you can't really, but in double, it's a lot easier. So let's get a Mega Knight down in the back, and then we'll see what he wants to do. So I'm thinking a split lane push is probably a nice idea here, so we'll go opposite lane here, and then let's get bats down, a miner, and then I'm gonna actually arrow everything. I mean, that's not bad value if you think about it. I mean, look at all the stuff we were hitting. Hopefully this doesn't activate king. I feel like it might. Ooh, no, not the... No! The miner activated it. That's unfortunate. Now it might be a lot harder to, you know, win this with him having the king activated, but maybe if I keep up the pressure, who knows? It might be fine. We can't give him any more rocket value on our tower, that's for sure. So let's try to just... honestly, I think what we need to do is we need to just keeping up the pressure. Let's arrow that. I'm going to miner, and I'm going to not play it in the safe spot this time to actually try to get some damage on the tower. So there we go. It's going to get a lot of hits in. And that Expo hopefully almost dies after that. Good. It does. Cycle bats here. I'm going to do a Mega Knight. Fortunately, that defensive Expo is going to kind of shred it, but I felt like it's what we kind of had to do there. We'll go in for a push here. We can't arrow everything. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to arrow that. Do we get at least death damage? Nah, it's not close enough. Let's go for a Mega Knight here. And let's try to balloon, honestly. I think we need a balloon hit on that Expo if we want to get rid of it. Miner in the back. Let's get arrows down, assuming he might play skeletons. Oh, look at the balloon. That might get death damage. If it does... Oh, I was going to say, if it did, we would be in an outstanding position to win this game. But I think we still are. Let's go for another balloon here. And then I'm going to send another miner in the back. So then he can't NATO both the miner and the balloon. So if we just keep up this pressure, force rockets out of him, you know what? We could very well win this game. Because it's going to be hard for him to rocket cycle our tower if we're keeping up this pressure on him. And then look at that miner. That's more damage. This is game. He needs to get 3 rockets on my tower if he wants to win. And I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't know if Expo is the right play there either. Because clearly, I mean, with Expo you need a lot of time for damage. So we can just do this. Cycle. You know... There's basically nothing you can do, and that is going to do it. That's going to be GG. You know, I feel like we played this pretty well. I mean, he didn't necessarily play it badly, but, you know, there's a couple things to note in that matchup, so that's probably a matchup where you don't want to use the log, and the reason, or I mean, not the log, excuse me, the Goblin Gang, and the reason why is because they have the log, and they'll just always use it on the Goblin Gang because there's nothing else they would log in the matchup. And it's not good against Expo either, so there's really no reason to use it. If all possible, you just want to use the Ice Golem and the Mega Knight to tank for the Expo. And then just kind of do what I did. Just spam them, keep up the pressure so then they can't go for offensive Expos. The other thing he should have done, maybe he should have gone opposite lane with the Expo. I'm a little surprised he didn't do that. But yeah, regardless, we ended up getting the win. We're still not at 6K or top 1,000 yet, so I guess this will be the last game, win or loss. They'll for sure be a good one to end off of. This video is going quite well. We're undefeated. I think I played 4 or 5 games, but I don't think I lost yet. So let's go split bats here. And we'll see what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for a musketeer, so I'm gonna go ahead and miner with those 2 bats other lane. And he's going to Dark Prince, so I'm going to go ahead here, split a Goblin Gang, and then I'm going to go for an Ice Golem. Oh, unfortunately that's going to splash a little bit, so maybe that wasn't exactly what I wanted. And interestingly enough, I am going to have to ignore that Musketeer because my cycle wasn't the best, and I didn't want to, like, arrow it, you know, that would have been kind of interesting to arrow a Musketeer. Ooh, this might be good. We could get a Mega Knight off on this, and then what we can do is once that... Yeah, I was going to say... Oh, no, I didn't want the Mega Knight to... That wasn't really what I wanted. I didn't want the Mega Knight to go behind the... Yeah, that wasn't good. You guys know what I meant. I didn't want that to go behind the... Oh, look at all that damage we're getting. I guess it's fine, but... I don't know about that poison. So he's down 4 elixir, and since his Night Witch is probably his only counter, let's go for Ice Golem and Balloon, because Ice Golem obviously like takes care of the Night Witch's bats when they spawn. There we go. So the Balloon is going to end up getting a connection, and okay, ooh, actually this might be bad because remember he has Zap, so well played. He's going to take tower here because of the Zap. Luckily, we got a connection on his King Tower, so we have a kind of a nice lead going into the 2 tower situation here. Oh, he's gonna, okay, Musketeer in the back, so we'll just Ice Golem, why not? Inferno Drag here, and that's definitely arrows I want to take. It's not going to kill any of it, but I feel like there's so much stuff down there that... Okay, look at that. That Mega Knight splashing everything. That was so good. And we're just going to keep defending, cycling stuff until we have an opportunity to go in on the offense. But if he's cycling Musketeers and Night Witches in the back, it is going to be hard for us to find an opportunity for us to go in, of course. But now might be our chance because he just went in for a Musketeer and a Night Witch. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go for the 3 here. Let's go for the Miner and the Balloon and see how he decides to defend this. He just went for a Bar Barrel, so now obviously I'm going to go ahead and use my... oh, those were bad arrows. I got to get used to the Night Witch timing. It got another connection! Oh my gosh! The Balloon is just... It's so good. Like, especially when you're running Loon Cycle decks with it being your win condition, it just seems so strong sometimes. Wow, okay. So that was pretty nice. Pretty clean. I think I won all 5 of those games there. Typically, I lose a game or 2 when I'm recording, but I feel like I got lucky, or I just played pretty well. Maybe got good matchups. Maybe all of the above. I don't know. Also, really interesting deck on his end. Surprised he didn't have the Graveyard. Also, I'm a little surprised we didn't verse any Firecracker. That was a little... I guess interesting too, but you know, sometimes you never know what matchups you're gonna get. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I was talking about. So I was you know, running this deck. I had Zap, I lost a Firecracker, and then was I using it? Yeah, I was just using it earlier with Zap, and I like lost to Minion Horde, and it was, you know, it was kind of annoying. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it with arrows. So yeah, clearly it worked out, and we ended up hitting 6,000, putting us top 800, so not bad. You know, like I said, early season, so I'm not going for anything crazy. And I'll show you, I ended up winning a GC yesterday, right there. Yeah, the 3rd one down. The deck I used was this one right here, so if you guys watched to the end of the video, let me know if you want to see me use this deck for Saturday's video. I can play ladder with it. I honestly think it's a really solid deck. Not many things counter it. The only thing is probably Lava Hound. Everything else is beatable. Graveyard can be a little difficult too, but even that isn't impossible. And even Lava Hound, if you play properly, you could end up winning if you like stack Firecrackers. But make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let me know what you want to see in, I guess, yeah, future videos. I've been trying to play, like, every deck you guys request, and the reason why I made this video today, a lot of people have been requesting Loon Cycle decks, and this is kind of a Loon Cycle deck. I mean, it's not really expensive. It's not Lava Loon, obviously. It's, you know, it's 3.6 Elixir. It was 3.5 with the Zap, if you guys want to use that variant, but yeah. Solid deck, and in my opinion, one of the best Loon decks in the game right now that doesn't have the Lava Hound in it. So, thanks again. Until next time, guys.